You are listening to KC Sports Network, proudly presented by Emprise Bank, your partner in possible.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, this is Jimmy. Oh, just kidding. Not Jimmy. He gone. I'm filling in, man. I hijacked it. I'm driving the train today, and I brought over my KC current buddy, Chris Wright. I'm Dan Kooser, by the way. Chris, welcome, buddy. You're talking sporting. Do you even know what to talk about?
A few things. I believe we got, 3 or 4 fun things to talk about. But, man, the last time I did a podcast with you for sporting, I only did one, and you never invited me back. So it was a one and done. I thought that was it, and here we are. It only took like 2.5 years later.
That's a bad sign, isn't it?
It is. You remember that?
No, I remember. I was in a jam. I needed you, and you came through, and I was never in a jam again, so I didn't need you to get me out of anything.
I thought I wasn't welcome back, but at the current
not the case.
So,
we're not it, man. I brought you back full time. I signed you full time. So
I appreciate that.
Hey, listen, guys, Sporting KC game week. It is upon us, and it might seem a little bit like it took forever to get here. Also, it might seem like it came super fast. I'm kind of in that boat, man. Like, oh, finally. But also, holy shit, it's February, and we're talking the regular season. So I'm excited. I know you, my season ticket buddy, are also excited. What are we looking forward to, man? It's a late game this Saturday against Portland, but it's also the first game. So what's the expectations?
For me, I'm just happy to have some meaningful soccer, because towards the tail end of last year, we were just trying to, claw our way back, maybe make the playoffs if we were lucky. It didn't work out, but, clean slate. We got some players back who are healthy. Meaningful soccer, man. I'm just ready to have it back in my life.
Dude, did you get all signed up for MLS Season Pass on Apple TV Plus?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Have you tooled around with anything in there? A lot of neat content.
I haven't yet. I just did it like 2 days ago, so
nice.
I didn't know if it expired, and I didn't want to, miss out. So I was like, I better do it real quickly. But I knew the content's fantastic.
Yeah, if you get some time to poke around in there, man, there's a lot of cool stuff that even if you want to really immerse yourself in the world of Major League Soccer, you can learn literally anything about every team. And I think that's what's pretty neat. Like just little snippets. Like, here's what you need to know about Nashville SC or Toronto. And it's like, well, that's kind of cool if you care about that sort of thing. But every club's just got their own little group of videos and whatnot. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see if Apple TV just crushes this thing, or if there's like some bugs in the start, like most things have.
Right.
Hell, ESPN Plus still has the occasional bugs, So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to see how that works out on a new platform. But against Portland, 9 o'clock, 9:30? Do we know this? Are we all checking calendars right now?
I'm checking my app.
9:30.
9:30.
9:30. Take your go juice. Keep yourself up. I got tech rehearsal that starts that night, man. I'm in a little musical at Topeka Civic Theater called Something Rotten. And yeah, I'm going to use this platform to plug my show, and you guys should all come see that shit, because it's your boy tap dances, and your boy is not a tap dancer. So let's just say I learned.
How do you not want to come watch that?
Did you not know I did this?
I did not know you tap danced. No.
Yeah.
You didn't tell me. Yeah.
It's a time, dude. It's quite the I get pretty sweaty in that number. I'm like, it's like the end of Act 1. And I'm like, let's just get this over with. I'm dying.
Man, we're excited. I'm excited
for that alone. So Something Rotten. Come out there, guys. I'm only the lead, and I have a bajillion lines and like a dozen songs, so whatever. Come on up.
So when is the playtime, or when are the playtimes, rather? Do you know?
Oh, it plays from like March 3rd to like April 1st.
Okay.
So it's, shows are from like Thursdays through Sundays, and matinee on Sunday, and dinner shows Friday, Saturday. And it's a hell of a time. Good little theater, man. Seats about 280 people. Little dinner theater. If you want dinner, you can get dinner. You don't have to. But pretty nervous about it. Like I said, I have 1 million lines, and it's a lot. So, but I'm crushing it, and thanks to my wife, she's been running them a lot with me. So
it's exciting. I'm happy for it. I can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, man, it'll be good. Hey, before we really, we can dive into preview this first game if you want. I don't know what there is to really say, but first off, let's talk about a center back signing. We just got one. First thoughts on Robert Castellanos. What do you know about him? Anything right off the bat when you heard the name? Because the name did not spark any kind of emotion in me.
I'm going to be honest. I don't follow it as much as you and Jimmy and some others, but I was like, who?
Yeah.
But I mean, I think a lot of people after the Ford injury, right? I think a lot of people wanted a name to, that we could bring on that we might be familiar with to plug in there. He really wasn't a name to me. That doesn't mean he won't be a good player though.
Right. Well, yeah. Young dude, 24 years old. They say he's made 70 club appearances at the professional level. You think, oh, cool. Well, not the MLS level, but that's including like USL and everything like that.
Gotcha.
So he had stints at LA Galaxy 2, Rio Grande Valley FC, and Tampa Bay Rowdies. In 2021, he was with Nashville SC, and prior to coming to SKC, he had this brief spell at KUPS. I don't know how you would even say that. It just says KUPS in Finland's top division. So a year overseas there. I did read something. Let's see. Where is that here? He started, like in his first game, he scored for Nashville. Did you read that?
I did not.
Yep. He had one appearance for Nashville SC and scored the equalizer and played a full 90 minutes in a 1-1 regular season draw at Toronto. So
something to kind of hold on to, right? Like something to kind of...
It's cool. It's a fun story, but like the sample size doesn't really match up. Like, how can you really get excited about that? Is this just a name? Is this just a filler? Something to stop the bleeding? A Band-Aid? Because if we don't get these players firing on all cylinders this year, buddy, I don't know if you've seen the professional, I'm putting that in quotes, the professional analysts saying where we're going to finish this year. But different analysts say we're going to finish anywhere from 2nd in the West to 11th. What the hell? That range terrifies me.
I mean, if we have more injuries on that back line, we're going to be in some trouble.
That's what I'm saying. Everyone's like, if Gotti Kinda's killing it, if Willie Agata comes back crushing it, if Alan Polito comes in and adds 2 things, and we figure out our back line, then that 2nd place is absolutely attainable. That's being predicted. If none of those things happen, then 11th could very well be possible. That's worrisome to me. I don't know. It's tough to make any kind of guesses or predictions without seeing how this team looks. But I don't know, man. Preseason, they don't give us much to go off with preseason.
Right.
I know they had a preseason game this past weekend and didn't even talk about it. It wasn't even really on socials or anything. They didn't tell us who did what. Do you see that? I mean, they usually put out little recaps, right?
I think I just saw the final score, just like the graphic they put up, it was pretty nonchalant.
No write-up like they usually do on the website, nothing telling us what lineups they used. Maybe Peter Vermeen's strategy. Maybe saying no, I'm not going to show my lineup, all right? Because that's my final lineup. I don't want people to know.
Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that they're going to make another move in the offseason? I'm sorry, during transfer window to bring in another center back, or do you think this is kind of where we're going to land for the rest of the year?
I don't.
Because once Ford went down and we brought him on, I kind of feel like there has to be something else there, right?
Well, because that's what, 3 center backs now? You got, why am I drawing a blank? Fontas. Castellanos, who will probably back up. Holy shit. Who's the other center? Huh?
Volder?
Volder. What's his name? Volder. Robert Volder. Holy shit. I'm not wrong, dude.
We're on
not
one
ready
today.
For the season. My mind is all over the place. Things have been very busy. Look at bags under my eyes. Look out. I'm not okay.
You're tap dancing. You got to think.
Rough time. It's a rough time. I feel that, I don't know. I feel like another signing will happen. How many center backs does a team need? Don't you usually keep 4 on there? What are they going to do? Bump someone up from SKC2?
I mean, if there's an injury, they may have to. I would like to think there's something better coming. I don't want to think that we got players coming back after last year that this is the best our back line will look in terms of center back. I have to believe with every fiber of my being that there's something else more to the center back position. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I feel you. Time will tell, man. Don't shut the door on Robert Castellanos yet.
Right.
We don't know him. We haven't really seen him. All we know is that his only MLS action, he scored a damn goal, and he's not a goal scorer. He's a center back. So that's something. The dude can score because he did. But we'll just have to hold off before we make any intense judgments on that. Cool. Let me ask you this. Are you a T-Mobile customer?
I am, actually.
You are?
I am.
So even if you didn't get that season pass from Sporting KC for being a season ticket member, you would have got it for being a T-Mobile customer. Did you see that?
I did. Yeah.
How cool is that? Don't you wish you could cash it in for something else? It's like, no, well, I already get it here. Can I have something else?
I mean, you're lucky to even get a seat. But a few years ago, we couldn't even see our own games.
Yeah.
Now we got 2 major companies giving us, basically throwing the season at us. It's crazy times, man. Super cool, though. For anybody who's not a season ticket member, that's a really cool perk for them.
Well, also a neat reason to, I don't know, maybe someone that's like unhappy with their current cellular provider and was looking to switch and price something else, and T-Mobile has something like this, and you're like, oh, well, that scratches my MLS itch. I was kind of worried about shelling out $100 for the season. Now I don't have to, but I can still get my phone bill like that. I don't know. That's kind of neat. I don't have T-Mobile. Get this, Jimmy does, but Jimmy bought MLS Season Pass, freaking bought it. And he's like, why couldn't T-Mobile have made this announcement like earlier? Why did they wait till after it was released and then offer the deal? So
poor guy.
He's trying to get a refund right now. So We'll see what happens. But I just think it's neat, man. I think it's another perk of being a season ticket member. I don't know if that's a full season package or if you can get it from partial season package or whatever, but it is a neat perk. And I don't know, not everyone, I don't know, just it is more incentive, right? Anyone could do it. There's no waiting list for season tickets anymore, right?
Right. I don't think so. Yeah.
Probably. So used to be, supposedly. I don't know. We only know what they tell us. The government. That's how it feels.
I hope they keep that going past this year, though, right? Like, I hope this is a thing that's just going to be continuing, because, like, I'm used to it now. This is what I want. Like, I don't want to go back to having to find some crappy streams out there in internet land, man.
I know. So don't worry. Whatever happens, we'll probably end up splitting it, you and I. But it's nice that we do get it right now. And I don't want to worry so much about if it's going to go away. I just kind of want to enjoy it and see how the quality is. So it's exciting stuff.
Well, you made a good point earlier. Like, back when it was on ESPN, I really did soak up a lot of the content.
Yeah.
And then, I'm just happy to get, I want to get more invested in the league, get to know the teams better, the players. And that it seems like this is a really cool avenue to do so. I'm tired of going to games and being a little like sketchy and, as far as my memory goes on, what players I need to be the most, I need to look out for, what's their strength, what's their weakness. I need to know.
Listening to No Other Pod. We got you.
That's true.
You're right though. And I think they're going to do like some kind of NFL red zone kick around show type deal where you could just have it on there and it will switch over to certain games. I might spend a whole Saturday just having it on that channel until my team plays.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
You ever used to do red zone or anything?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It was neat. It used to come with like the cable package and everything like that. And I did it for a little bit, but I think since it's part of Apple Plus, I think it's definitely worth checking out. So,
especially if you have like a fantasy team, right? I know that was big for fantasy football. Red zone was, I mean, maybe that might help promote some MLS fantasy soccer. I don't know.
100%. Man, dude, I always say every year I'm going to do MLS fantasy. I'm going to try. And I probably do it for like 2 weeks. And then I just give up because I'm a loser. Just a loser. I don't know why. I just can't understand it.
It's so different, but I need to learn it because it's a lot of fun. And like any fantasy sport, it helps you learn the league a little better.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Where do we go from here? Playoff schedule was changed. What's that about? Did you see that today? Are we all in an uproar right now?
I'm just beyond belief. I didn't expect it. It's madness. Silly.
It's dude, let me pull up specifics on this because it's absolutely bonkers. Let's talk about previous year. Previous year, 7 teams from each conference made the playoffs. This year, dude, you knew this was going to happen. I knew it. We joked about it all the time. Like, every team gets in. Everybody. Almost. 9 get in because there's a wild card situation. Doesn't number 8 play number 9 in a wild card situation? Is that
there's I think you're right. There's only 14 teams in each conference too. So
yeah,
all but 5 even have a chance.
Wouldn't you hate to be one of the last 5 and be like, wow, we suck? All you had to do was be number 9 to have a chance to get into this thing. But 8 and 9 are going to play this play-in game. So 1 through 7 like qualify for this round 1 best of 3 series. Best of 3. Playoffs are going to be freaking lit with so many games, dude. People still saying lit? Is that a cool thing?
I don't know. I don't think so, but we're gonna say it's cool, man. We're bringing it back.
Bring it back. It's weird, man, because the wild card matches, the higher seed will host the game, of course. If it's tied, no extra time, goes straight to penalties.
Straight to penalties?
The wild card game. Yep.
Okay.
So the winner of each wild card match advances to the best of 3 series to face the number 1 seed in that conference.
Oof.
Yeah. So there's that. Then you got there's like, dude, best of 3 series? That means there could be anywhere from 16 to 24 games. That is so much. What are we playing? Tennis? Love. It's so much.
That is a lot of minutes, man. That is a lot. And then to turn around and play the number 1 seed, like,
yeah. Well, it's match 1, higher seed hosts.
Okay, yeah.
Lower seed host. If a game 3 is required, back to the higher seed. So I don't know. I don't even know how this works. The clubs are going to get all this money, right? Because season ticket members aren't going to get free tickets to these playoff games. There's no way.
Right.
They will capitalize on this because the more home games they have, the more my wallet's getting thin. It's 100% going to happen.
So is this like the NFL expanding the regular season and the playoff with an additional wild card game so they can have increased revenue?
I think you're understanding the way the world works. It's money talks, you know. Now, for the best of 3 series too, man, if the match is tied at the end of regulation, no extra time will be played. It goes straight to penalties.
I kind of like it, to be honest. It's a weird wrinkle. I wouldn't want that in like a championship game or anything like that. But it's just a fun wrinkle. I still think it's madness, but it's something.
It is madness. But now the conference semifinals, that's when it becomes single elimination.
Okay.
When you got 4 teams left in each conference, single elimination, do or die, and you get your 15-minute extra time periods back.
Okay.
So it doesn't go straight to penalties after regulation.
Okay.
So that's when it gets serious. You want to make those conference semifinals, and you want to have that higher seed to potentially host. You know?
Think about the incentive, though, right? Like, you're not just barely making the playoffs. You're saving yourself a lot of added wear and tear on your team.
Yeah.
Coming into that conference.
True. And it's nice because the whole playoffs are not best of 3. Like, that would be wild. That'd be way too many games. So it's just that first round of games that's best of 3, which what's the reasoning behind this? I mean, it's kind of cool. Try to get people in the zone, get them in form. And then when you make those conference semis, you should be informed, ready to go for a single elimination.
So what I find kind of funny is Sporting ended with 40 points last year. 43 would have got you in 9th place. So,
yeah.
It kind of shows how silly it is. And everybody's kind of getting into your point.
It is silly.
Oh, it's crazy, man. I think I have to see it to really formulate a solid opinion. I have to see it.
I also, I'm a believer in I love more soccer too.
True.
More the merrier. Let's go. You and I have sat through some shitty CONCACAF games before, and it's we still had a good time. You know what I mean? It's still a live event, and it's a sport that we love. So, however, it's a lot of games, man. That best of 3 series, and adding one more team in there with the wild card situation. But it does make the playoffs seem like more of an event than just a end of the year thing. So, be interesting.
It invites meaning to the last 2 or 3 teams who are trying to battle for that 9th spot, right? You're in it till the end, basically. There's something to fight for until the very end.
True, but all 16 teams that qualify for that first round best of 3 series, if you get 1 through 8, right? Right, yeah. If you qualify for the 1 through 8 into the best of 3, you're guaranteed a home game. Could be 1, could be 2, but you're getting a home playoff game. So that's kind of neat because we always knew every year that we needed to get 4th place to be guaranteed a home game. And not the case this time. You need to get 8th to just get a home game. Now, it might be your only home game of the playoffs, but you'll get one. And that's kind of neat.
Yeah. I don't know. I still think I need to see it, but I love more soccer. This offseason has felt pretty long, especially since we haven't had meaningful soccer towards the tail end of the season. Mm-hmm. So, more meaningful soccer, man, it makes me happy.
I know. I just, I don't know where it ends, though. I don't know where they stop adding teams to the playoffs. I don't know when they stop adding teams to the league. They've never said what the number is that they want to achieve for teams in each conference. It's money talks. Whoever wants to pay to get in probably gets in. I don't know where this goes from here. They say the league is growing, but even leagues that are growing, there is a ceiling. There's a stopping point where you just say, boom, this is our league. This is it for a while until a team folds or leaves or something like that, Are we heading towards promotion relegation? Because that's a whole other conversation that's just going to piss people off.
Do you think we're going to do 32 like the NFL? Maybe? Just stop there.
It makes sense that they're heading towards that. What'd you tell me? There's 14 in each conference?
Yep. So 28 total.
So looking at 4 more teams coming in, that's realistic. I could see that.
And I bet if anybody's willing to pay that expansion fee, which is probably astronomical at this point.
Yeah.
I think the MLS would take it.
Man, oh man, I don't... It's fun. It's fun. It's cool. But, the more teams that come in, the less chance your team has at winning at this league.
I'm thinking in my head, destinations where, one could potentially come in. And I don't know how we got on this topic. We're just rambling, on this. But I don't know what major city is kind of missing a team. When you think about it, San Francisco, maybe.
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, you might as well say San Jose. That's just right down the road.
That's true, yeah.
And friend.
Right.
We've kind of chatted about this before, Jimmy and I, where would you like to see a team? And it's what's the growth if Omaha got in or something, or Forward Madison or some shit up in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know.
Las Vegas.
Detroit. Las Vegas. Detroit's got a good one. Sacramento's always been talking about coming in.
Yeah. There you go. There's
another one. Yeah.
Right. There's 4.
But Phoenix talked about it once upon a time, So that'd be interesting to see what happens down the road. I'm sure we'll hear something, but here we are changing playoff structure and everything. So let's just ride it out, man. Ride the wave.
Just enjoy it, man. Free soccer. Free soccer.
Well, we'll be playing soccer this year in some new duds. Kinda new. Kinda the same, depending on who you ask. New kit came out, man. The new kit. The Hoops 4.0. I got thoughts on this, and I'd love to hear yours as well, but they released this with some pretty cool pictures, a pretty neat video. Kyrie Shelton was like this, looking all looking sexy, like eating his jersey and shit. I was like, Kyrie, you sexy man. Zeusy doing his thing, of course, and it's like perfect beard, Zeus over here. What were your thoughts when you saw this? What were you don't really wear kits. You're not a huge kit guy. You've even said you're trying to buy a new one of these days. Is this the year that maybe you want this, or what are you thinking?
I'm going to answer your question to start off, and no, I'm not going to get this kit, but I think it's sharp. I think it's a good kit. It's just kind of the same thing. So, at the end of the day, if you got last year's kit, then you're probably not going to get this one, right?
It's not last year's, but 2 years, two years ago.
Sorry. It's just too similar for me to get it, but I think it's a good looking kit. I think it's better on the players in person than some of those leaked images that we all probably saw.
So I hated the images, and I was like, shut up, don't show me these. I don't want to judge that image wherever you found this.
Right.
Like, get away. And I did see the jerseys on the players, and I was like, color me interested.
I do think that lowered the expectation to me, because when I saw those pictures, I was like, oof, it's kind of rough. And then they came out, and I'm like, oh, it's pretty nice.
I hate leaks. I hate it. I didn't see Ant-Man this past weekend until Sunday, and I had to avoid social media like crazy. I didn't want to see shit. All of you trying to talk about it. No context spoilers and shit. Get out of here. Worst kind of people. Marvel spoilers.
Cold-blooded.
You're like 4 movies behind. You're like,
I am quite behind. Quite behind. But what was your thoughts? What was your thoughts on the kit?
Ant-Man was enjoyable. Oh, the kit. Gotcha. Man, Hoops 4.0. My first thought is it's an identity. It's us. You see the kit and you're like, it's Sporting KC. Fucking duh. Like that is us. It's the color scheme. The Navy's thrown in there. The hoops. As a guy who likes to try to look slim, horizontal stripes aren't fun for me. I like vertical stripes because it'll really slim a guy up. But it's fine. It's fine. I'll look fat for you guys. Just fat shame myself. That's what I do. Self-love. Also, but I will say it's very similar to 2 years ago. It is, but it also is different. They got buttons up there. There's some buttons. I'll have to see it, man. Sporting should have just had us do an unboxing of the kit right here. We could have told everybody exactly why they should buy it. I'm a large. If you want to throw number 10 on the back, it's fine. I'll take
missed a big opportunity, man. It's a big opportunity.
Opportunity missed, man. KCSN unboxing. How do you get that? How do you get in those that world, that conversation?
I do like your comment though, like the identity comment that you have. It's so true. When you see that kit, you know exactly who it is, right?
Well, this will be the 10th year that it's been around. They started this tradition in 2014. The Hoops was new in 2014, so we're now on year number 10 of that and doing it again for a 4th time. So 4 times in 10 years, I don't know.
It's not terrible, but it's a little excessive. But
well, here's what's terrible and excessive: that people need to go online and bash the creative team, saying like, "Wow, fire your creative team." And really, you want people to lose their jobs over a soccer shirt? Like, I can't believe that's even being said. Our guy Chad Reynolds works so damn hard on this creative team, man. He has a group around him that works their butts off. And you want him to lose his job because this jersey doesn't appeal to you? I don't like that. I don't think anyone should lose their job over the creation of a soccer jersey that's around for 700 and some days. You know, it's not a big deal. It's going to be fine. How about you go support the team and not the jersey? How about you go watch the team? That's Ryan. You don't have to buy it, and that's the way you can protest. Don't buy it if you don't like it. But people will. People will buy it because they're collectors. They want a jersey, a closet full of them.
And it's not a bad jersey. It's just somewhat redundant, but not bad.
I want to see it in person. I want to put my fingies on it. I want to touch it
across it.
Yeah. I like to go rub my face on them.
You should. Just go into the store and just rub it all over your face. You got to get multiple jerseys just to see if the texture is the same.
You walk in, you're like, Dan, you ready to go to our seats? And I'm just like, huh. Not right now, I'm busy. But no, I mean, sometimes the texture is different year after year, right? Different materials and stuff. I remember that one with the white collar that had buttons as well and vertical stripes. It was like a clothy jersey.
Right.
It felt like a wool t-shirt almost. And I was like, are they going to sweat their buns off in this thing? How is this moisture wicking? I didn't understand it, but I liked it because it was different.
I bet the players liked it when you think about the texture and just how light it probably is. I'm sure the players like it.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I think everyone's waiting to see some big return of Argyle or something. And it's like, just ride this out, man. They already know what next year's jersey is. They already know.
Probably working on it right now.
It's in the can, man. They know that probably a year later. Like, they got to submit shit to Adidas so far ahead of time. It's insane. Concept art, everything like that. But saying that my man Chad should lose his job, I'm out of that, man. Fuck off with all that. You don't have to fire people because you don't like a jersey, you know? Don't worry. Sporting will get their money, not only because the jersey's like $150, but people will buy the damn thing. So, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
I hope Chad listens to this. I love you, Chad.
We have your back, Chad. We have your back.
Hoops kid, man. Hoops 4.0. So, but one other thing. It's almost like they retired the old. It's almost like they weren't ready to retire the old one. They're like, I know we're forced to retire this jersey, but let's bring it back in a way. Let's keep it around for another 2 years in a way, which isn't a bad thing. It's like, no, we love this jersey, so let's just tweak it a minute, you know? Isn't there some new, some different kinds of accents on there as well? Like different nods to things. Like on the collar, doesn't it say like paint the wall on the inside of the shirt or something like that?
And I think so.
I like that. That's kind of, the club motto, paint the wall. There is above the player's name and numbers, an interlocking Argyle SKC, continuing the custom of including little Argyle flair in the kits, you know. But I think I love that it says paint the wall inside the tag, man. That's from 2013, honoring that. But probably the best wall painting was 2015. I don't know if you remember that. Beasler painted it with this like.
It's some guy named Dan and a player painted that thing.
A player, yeah. I think he was a captain. But I don't know.
I don't know. I was paying attention to Matt.
Is that who it was? Matt Bessler? I don't know. He was. We're best friends now, though. So. Oh man, buddy, what else can we talk about today? We're just hitting them so goddamn fast right now. I don't know where to go from this. We're really gonna wrap this at 30 minutes?
No. So what did we talk about? We talked about the kick, the playoff format, the player, the new center back signing. Is there another big one? I thought there was another. Let's preview the game.
Well, you want to talk about red cards against bullying? You could talk about, freaking summer camps they got going on. You could talk about their sporting loyalty rewards in their app. I don't know, something to look at when you're at the games. A little new game day tradition of entering drawings and shit. That's kind of neat.
I'm all for free stuff. I never win. I'm all for it.
Oh, you'll win, dude, because you're there with me. And I'm lucky. I'm a winner.
You're the luckiest man I've ever met, though.
No, it's
in almost every facet, and it's infuriating. Winning Instagram contests to go see games in New York,
That did happen.
Life decisions have just happened to work out perfectly with,
Don't tell everybody all this stuff because
that's why I generalized it. I just said things just happen to fall into place.
things do. Things are always coming up, Dan. And I'm not.
They're always coming up, Dan.
It's all about the odds, man. I'm not going to play the lottery. That's stupid as hell. It's not like I'm trying to go win that. Maybe I should. I don't know, but I'm not. But hey, no, these drawings though in that sporting app on game day, we're talking like they'll give away free tickets, different prizes, probably like autographed stuff, trips to see the team. They'll probably like fly you out somewhere and send you to a game. It's neat, man. A lot of different private events and whatnot. Celebration on decision day, season kickoff celebration. It looks like. I don't know. I'm excited to play around with it when we get into the stadium.
Absolutely.
The game, Portland. We hate them, right? We hate them.
I still am angry about the double post game. I can't let it go.
Is that it? That's still on your mind?
I mean, we had entered for championship ticket drawing if we had won. I can't remember if it was that game or if it was a game later or the year later where we were in the semifinals.
It was a year later. Double post game. That was
the year before or 2 years before or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they always just ruin everything for us, man. We would have been to a championship if it wasn't for them. So
well, last year was the weirdest set of games we've ever played against them. They beat us by they scored a touchdown on us in one game. We got 2 late goals, woohoo. Then we drew them in the next game, I think, and then we beat them in the next game. So, not kind of a stalemate, kind of a wash or whatever. But looking for a little redemption, man. I don't like losing by a touchdown. For God's sakes, that should not happen in soccer. What a bloodbath that was. That taste. That was just I think that was in May of last year, and we just kind of knew, oh, we're in trouble. This might be a bad year. Because everyone knows when May hits, now you can start making your assumptions about the team. Are we okay? Are we good? Are we bad? And we were bad at that point. Too little, too late, man.
Well, I mean, they finished eighth in the Western Conference with 46 points. We finished 12th with 40. So I don't think we're too far off. If you take last year into context, starting off this year, I don't think I think we're kind of even, right? And in terms of, we got players that came back. I don't know what they've done with their free agency or anything like that. So, but I imagine it's got to be a competitive game,
Gotta be. It's, as far as any kind of preview goes,
it's tough.
I don't really know what they have to offer right now.
Yeah.
But if you know anything about Portland, every year they come to play. They have the best fans, but the shittiest ownership. It's just one of those things. The fans love to support, but hate to support. One of those things,
Right.
So more power to them, man. I hope they get shit figured out, but not against us because I want to go drop a touchdown on them. You got any bold predictions? Not for this game as a whole, but kind of as the season as a whole. Any bold prediction for a certain player, or is Daniel Shalvey going to have an off year or an on year? Is Willie Agata the real deal? Is Johnny Russell going to beast mode? What are you thinking?
I don't know if I want to manifest it, but I think Polito's going to have a good year. I think he's going to have a good year, and I think it's going to be a relatively injury-free year. I think I want to believe it more than anybody, so that's why I'm trying to manifest it. And I don't want to take the low-hanging fruit, but I think he's going to have a good year.
I'm not going to say that. I won't agree with you. I just don't. I don't trust his body right now. It's
fair. It's fair.
It's hurting him, man. And that's what these players are, right? They're not humans to us. They're machines. They're bodies. And when they break down, you stop trusting that machine. You don't go buy a Ford anymore because it broke down on you. I'm not saying Fords are Mexicans in this scenario. That is not what I'm saying. Alan Polito is a brilliant player.
I mean, it's his contract year, right? Is his contract year? Is this Polito's last year?
Yeah.
So he's going to want to ball out, get paid, put everything into it.
Or leave and go back and play for Chivas, as there's been some weird rumors.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, that's a bold manifestation.
I just don't want to believe this is the ending to the most expensive signing that we've had, right?
You don't want to write the ending to that story yet.
Exactly. I want a happy ending there, a positive spin to that story.
I'm just saying I don't know if I can trust his body right now. I don't think it can hold up right now. I want to see him on the field. I don't know when that will be. I have no idea. But I think that I think Willie Agata's the deal, man. I think Willie Agata.
Mason Willie Agata too, man.
His attitude that he came in right away, not even making the most money on the team, but knew he needed to come in and help the team. Knew they needed someone to score goals, and he said, "That bitch is me. Like I'm that guy." And he just started doing it, and in great fashion, getting into open places, being scary in and around the goal. And if he picks up where he left off this Saturday, boy, oh boy, you better watch out. He could be on a tear, man. If he gets on the board this Saturday, here we go. That's exciting.
Fearless in the box, man.
He is
fearless.
I need to see Fontas step up and have that premier Fontas year. I need to see him anchor that back line and not let anything around him, because he's going to be working with potentially weaker center backs, potentially someone who is not at the high caliber that we need right now. Because our outside backs aren't going to come in and do it. They're too busy doing other shit on the outside. They're not coming back to help inside. So I don't know.
Remy's gonna have to really just be solid. He doesn't have to be amazing. Just be really solid.
Yeah. Yeah. But is it Remy or is it we have signed people that I don't even know names of right now. Jimmy is the guy who keeps a freaking screen up, and me, I forget everything. I say what he feeds me. You know what I mean? Who's the guy? Do you remember this?
Let me look.
Oh my Lord, we're absolutely unprepared. This is on freaking podcast, you guys. Radoya, dude, Radoya. That's the number 6, Nemanja Radoya.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. I just don't know how this center back pairing is gonna go. As individuals, there's a lot to be seen there, so he's gonna have to really help and try and tie that in together.
Yeah, but then we have a left back situation. Tim Leibold, new German left back out there. But oh wait, also got Logan and Denbe. Oh shit, also Ben Sweat. How many left backs do we need? I'd be like, hey, are any of you comfortable playing center back? Because that seems the necessary position right now. Could you do it? I don't know who you put over there. I don't know if Ben Sweat could do it or not.
I think they don't want to have to rely on Ben Sweat, I think is where it's kind of at. Because there's times when he had some fun flashes. He's dribbling inside the box and then doing something fun. And then there's other times when he's out of position and the center backs have to cover that outside, and we're in a bad spot.
Yeah, man, just keep an eye on some of these players, man. I mean, even the new Nemanja Radoya, Zusi, seeing if he's back there in form. Who's our goalkeeper? Who is it?
That's going to be fun.
John Polskamp or Tim Melia? Who are we seeing on Saturday? I know nothing.
I don't know.
Look at me. I'm in full karate chop position. I'm so upset. I don't know what to say about it. I want to say Tim because I love him to death, but Polskamp's like this new fireblood, bro, making like big saves at the top of the box and then hoofing it back and getting fingertip saves over the bar. I'm like, that's some fucking professional shit right there. Dude coming in hot. That's macho shit.
Last year was such a confidence builder for him.
Yeah.
I mean, not very often as a keeper do you get that opportunity to play a bulk of the season and Open Cup to get that kind of playing time. So that's been we don't know if we would have seen him play that much if it wasn't for that Open Cup and the injury for Tim, right? You might not know what we have in him. So
even Tim got better last year, and they were like, take your time, Tim. Rest up. We're going to keep rolling with John. And it's like, God damn. Is Tim on his way out? But it's like, no, Tim's here. Just see what happens, man. I'm excited. I will absolutely be on stage when doing tech rehearsal when the freaking lineup comes out. So I'll have no idea. I'm very upset that you guys all get to find out. So,
I mean, I'll be on a plane. So
where the hell are you going?
Ireland.
Is that next week?
Yeah.
What time when do you come back?
I come back on the 4th or 5th.
Oh,
so I missed. Yeah.
I was going to ask you to fill in for me for no other pod next week, and you can absolutely not do that.
It's going to be tough.
Wow, Jimmy's going to have to actually like find some friends. That's tough. That's tough in these worlds, man. How do adults make friends anymore these days? How does that happen?
I don't know. You get your friends and you just stick with them.
Yeah, there's no new friends except our producer Jordan. I think he's a good friend. He's new friend.
New friend.
We'll hang out one day. Don't laugh at that. That's friendship shit right there.
I hope we do have to set something up.
Freaking what? We'll have to do some kind of watch party or something sometime. That'd be a blast, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
Shit, man. Well, okay. Aside from having someone fill in for Jimmy next Monday, or for me next Monday, that'll be fun. Fun as shit. I tell you what, I've never missed a podcast. I've never missed one, man. We've taken weeks off before, the two of us, but I've never personally missed. Jimmy's never had to do it alone. Jimmy's never had to have someone else do it. There is death, taxes, and Dan Kooser. And that is, I am inevitable. I am Thanos of the podcast world. So what are you going to do?
You were in Vegas right before the Kansas City Current Championship game.
I was doing it from my hotel bed. I had the camera like on my shit, man.
Death, taxes, and Dan Kooser. There's no other pod t-shirt right there.
There it is. Put that as the pod title right there. Hashtag that shit. Hey, man. Is that it? We good?
Yeah. I'm just happy to have soccer back, man. I can't wait. I don't know what to expect from this team. There's so many moving parts. There's so much to learn and to get to know. And that's why I'm excited. I can
only break down here what we know, and what's really crazy and kind of scary is that we know shit. We don't know anything, right?
But we know we're better than last year.
Yeah, I mean that's
exciting.
Low bar, but yes,
it's a low bar. It's 3 points away from a playoff spot bar, but hey,
there you go. They're like, we need Sporting in the playoffs. Let's go ahead and add another team.
I think that's why they did it. As they're like, we're just not the same without.
It makes sense. It makes sense. PV's on a contract year. Needs to get in the playoffs to save his life. You know?
You think there's any PV controversy real quick? Or is that...
What do you mean controversy?
I mean, in terms of if he doesn't do well. Or do you think that is...
I don't know what the metric is. I don't know what constitutes doing well. Is making the playoffs good enough? Is making a run in the playoffs better? I don't know, man. I don't think his seat is really hot because of how they lost most of their games last year. They weren't trash, dude. They lost in weird times of lack of concentration and just minor little meltdowns. They didn't get spanked. They didn't get played off the field. When we had Peter on this podcast, they never stopped playing. So
DPs weren't even on the field at all.
Exactly. Peter was very proud of the performance. They didn't get it done. And he's like, but, fans only really see the results and want those wins. And, rightfully so. But because of how we finished last year and the acquisitions that we made and that Peter made, I mean, him and his team went out and made this happen. I think it's trending upwards. I think his stock is up. And I think he's pretty much has it in with this ownership group, and he'll be around for as long as he wants to be around.
Yeah. Well said.
I love the guy. He's the scariest man I've ever spoken to in the world, but he is, I just want to hang out with him sometimes and just listen to his stories. The man is great. Well, cool, buddy. Let's wrap it up.
All right.
I appreciate you. Appreciate you filling in today.
Of course. Happy to talk sporting soccer with you.
Yeah, we'll miss Jimmy, and I'll probably talk to you tomorrow with KC Current stuff. That'll be fun on Currently. We'll see you again.
Absolutely.
Guys, follow us on the socials Twitter and Instagram at NoOtherPod, at Dan Kooser, at Chris Wright 21. Send us an email, nootherpod@gmail.com, and go on Apple Podcasts, give us 5-star rating review. Spotify, 5 stars as well. A lot of people don't do reviews sometimes, guys. You go to people you listen to podcasts and you're like, well, that's a trash podcast. They have like 2 reviews. Go to ours. There's just a couple hundred on there. Something like that. I don't know. But that's how people find us. That's how people get excited. And, okay, these guys must be worth a shit. So we're having fun talking soccer, being super fans. So, buddy, I appreciate you. I would normally end this episode with a sign-off tag, but that is now up to you. So, ready, sir? Tag the episode. Go.
Death taxes to Dan Kooser.
Thanks for watching this production of KC Sports Network, the fastest growing sports media network in Kansas City. Check out these videos that feature our team of more than 15 former players, insiders, and analysts bringing you the best Chiefs coverage you can find. Entertain, educate, inform. KC Sports Network.